Hi, my name is Shira and I'm the Skills Coordinator for the Comox Valley Lifelong Learning Center. And today I'll be making the third video in my series of videos on using Skype. In this video we'll actually learn how to use Skype to communicate with other people, whether it is through chat, like instant messaging, or through an audio call or a video call. So in my previous video, I mentioned that there are many ways to do the exact same thing on Skype. So there's many ways to start a chat, there's many ways to start a video call. For the purpose of simplicity, I'm only going to go through maybe one or two ways for each thing. So when you log in, as I went through in my last video, this is the screen that you see. And if you're logging in for the first time, you won't have anything on this side panel here because you haven't had any chats yet. You may not even have any contacts yet. So when you're logging in for the first time and you want to start talking to somebody for the first time, first you need to find that person's account on Skype. In the last video, I showed you how if you click here, this circle here with your initials, and you go down to this button that says Skype Profile, you get this window that pops up, and this window tells you what your Skype name is. And this is very important if somebody else is trying to add you as a contact or trying to start messaging you. It's very important that they use your Skype name to find you. It's the easiest way. You can also associate your account, You can also associate your account with an email address or a phone number, and I've associated it with an email address, so you can use that to search for people as well. However, there are some privacy settings that will make you unsearchable. So if you're having trouble finding somebody or if they're having trouble finding you, you should double check that those privacy settings, so if we click again this circle and then we go down in this menu down to settings, and then you go to contacts, and if you click here privacy, you can see here there's a setting here, appear in search results, and I have it set to on, so that means that people can find me. But if I set this to off, then people can't find me. So if you need to add somebody, one of you has to be searchable. So if you're having trouble finding the person that you that you want to add, or they're having trouble finding you, you can go into your settings and click on contacts and then toggle this on so that they can find you. It's very important. Okay, so we'll just click X to get out of there. So you want to communicate with somebody for the first time. Let's say you want to contact somebody named John. So there's this handy dandy search bar up here, and if you click in here, it'll open up a search bar that just says search Skype, and it's a very general search bar. It'll search through all of your messages, it'll search through all of your contacts, but it'll also search through every Skype account that's available. So we can type in John, and you can see that it's already started to look for people in what they call the Skype directory. And these are people I don't know. These are just Johns. These are just various people with the name John, or at least John in their name. And if we click more, you can see that there's, obviously there's going to be lots of people with that name. So if you have their exact Skype name, you would copy and paste that in here, and then you could find the exact person that you want to add. If you click on one of the people here, you can see it immediately opens up a chat window with them. I'm not going to message this person because it's a random person that I don't know, but this is how you would communicate with somebody for the first time. And you can say hello, and you can start chatting with them. But I'm just going to click X, and we're not going to say anything to John. Once you've started chatting with them, your chats will appear in this sidebar, okay? And it's organized in order of what was your most recent chats. So I most recently chatted with Amy, my colleague, So if I click on her name here on this sidebar, it opens up our old chats. And you can see that she was sending me pictures, screenshots actually of her screen to try and, we were trying to troubleshoot some things, and I was sending messages in here. And if I want to type a new message, I just type it in here. So I can type hello, and in order to send that, I can either press enter on my keyboard or I can click this arrow here to send it. I can also send her emojis by clicking this little smiley face down here. And I've got lots and lots of emojis. They're just ways to communicate your emotions with pictures, or like little moving pictures. Okay, and I can click this down arrow to close this menu. So I can send emojis, I can send written messages. You can see that she was sending me pictures, and there's a few ways to do that. The simplest way is to click this button that says Add Files, and if I click this, my directory of files on my computer will open up, and I can go through and pick different kinds of files. It could be a picture file, or it could be a Word document, it could be any kind of file. In this case, she was sending me screenshots, so that's where there is a button on your keyboard, and you're going to have to look closely to find it, that says print screen, or it might say this, PRTSCR, or no, SC. That's just short for print screen. And in that case, she was clicking that. So it's useful if you're asking for help on things. If you press that button, it copies whatever's on your screen, and then you can paste it just by right-clicking in the message box and clicking paste. Also, if you were to copy a picture from online, you could also then paste it as well, just like this. You can paste messages, like if you were to copy text, you could paste it in here. So yeah. Also, this button here allows you to send contacts. So let's say two people are unsearchable, but you have a mutual contact, so you both know the same person, you chat with them. They can actually send that contact to you. So it's just a really easy way to connect two people that know each other in real life, but don't actually have each other on Skype. And then also you can send a voice message. So if I click this, it's literally recording my voice right now. And then as soon as I click this arrow, it'll actually, you know what I'll do? I'll show you how it works exactly. Okay, so I'm just clicking on a different chat that I had with one of my friends, and I'm gonna click. I just don't want to disturb Amy while she's working. I'm gonna click this little record a message. And now it's recording my voice. It's recording whatever I say. And when I'm done talking, I can just click this send audio message. Okay? And now it's sent it to my friend to listen to. And I can actually listen to it as well, so I can hear back what I sent. So here I can click this little play button. And now it's recording my voice. It's recording whatever I say. And when I'm done talking, I can just click this send audio. There you go. You see? So that's basically chatting in a nutshell. One more thing is, if you want to make a chat, so right now I just showed you each of these chats. The name that's written here and here is the name of the person that I'm communicating with, or at least their Skype name, as in this case. If you want to make a chat that has some sort of themed name, so you can see down here I've made a chat called Example Chat 2. So in order to do this, you have to make a group chat. And in order to do that, you click this. So like I said, Skype has lots of ways to do the exact same thing. So you'll see I'll click this new chat button. And if I were to click just the regular new chat, I would then type in a name of whoever I want to talk to, and it would pull up a chat box or a chat window with that person. but I'm going to click this instead, New Group Chat. And now I can give the chat a name. So we're going to call this example chat 3. And you click Next. And now you can pick from your list of contacts people that you want to be included in this chat. So you can actually have multiple people in the same chat. That's what a group chat is. So in this case, I'm just going to put one person in the chat just so that I don't disturb anybody else. But I can actually select as many people as I want. So if I wanted to communicate with this person and with my colleague Amy, I could click both of their names. And you can see both of their names show up here. And that means that this chat is going to include both of them. So whenever I send messages, both of them will see it, and they can also respond, and we can all see the messages that we're sending each other. But I'm just going to do just with this person, and then I'll click Done. Creating my shiny new conversation. And immediately it gives you the option to invite more people. So even if you forgot to add people to this group chat, you can always invite more people here, or you can click this button here, this little person with a plus, and that'll allow you to add more people to the chat. So that is basically chatting. That is everything that you need to know about sending messages. Now we'll go over making audio and video calls. So like I said before, Skype has multiple ways to do the same thing, and that goes for making calls too, whether it be audio calls or video calls. So I'm gonna only show you 2 different ways, and then I'm gonna show you what it's like on both ends. So what it's like to initiate the call, and then what it's like to receive the call. So we'll start by, and I'll just go into my chat with my friend, and we'll start by making a video call. These buttons here, they just indicate how this call is going to start, but within the call, I'll show you can turn off video at any time, and you can even mute yourself at any time. So, and even if you enter into an audio call, you can also turn the video back on. So we'll start with a video call. I'll just click that. So I click on that, and now it's ringing my friend. Oh, you can see what your friend is going to see, so you can adjust your camera so that it shows your whole face. Sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so this is the video call. This is what it looks like on video call. And like I said, you can always turn your video off. So if I click this, it turns my video off. And now he will see just a blank screen with this circle on it. And I'll turn it back on. And I'll get my friend Mark to turn his video off. And you can see what that looks like. So you can see it's just a blank screen with a circle with his initials in it. Also, at any time, you can also mute yourself, and he can mute himself too. And you can see I'm hovering over this, and it's showing me just a very basic audio settings menu, where first of all it's showing me that the microphone is detecting my voice, and I can also then adjust my speakers, so I can adjust how loud the call is. And as well, I went over this in the previous video, but if you have multiple, like for example, my computer has a built-in microphone and built-in speakers, but if I had a headset plugged in, there might be issues with the computer not knowing which one to choose, and it might choose the built-in speakers and microphone, and you might want to be using your headset. So in that case, you can come in and manually change this by clicking on this menu, and your headset will pop up as an option, so you can force Skype to use the headset. So you can click here, or you can click on this one to do the same thing. And if I hover over here, you can see that it's showing me my webcam settings, which I showed you in the previous video. But again, you can change, if you've got multiple webcams connected, you can change it in this menu. And you also have the option to blur your background, which I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see that now my background is blurred. So now people, if I'm in a call with people that I don't know when I'm at home, it might be a good idea to blur the background just so that they don't know, they can't see inside your house. So I'm going to leave the background unblurred because I prefer it that way. Some other things. So this is how you end the call. This is how you hang up, clicking this. And if you can also open up your chat inside the call. So if I click this, you can see it opens up the messages that I had with my friend, and I can even send a message. So like, just thanking him for participating in this video. And then, so I clicked on this to open up the chat. You can close it with this X. This is a pretty neat feature. Oh, so this is an emoji menu. It's just opened up. If you hover over the heart, it shows you a few different options you can do. You can put in the video. So this is a really neat feature, and it's really useful if you need help doing something on your computer or you're working together on a project. It's called Share Screen. And the way this works is if you click it, it'll tell you, okay, so do you want to share the screen? I'm going to say start sharing. And now my friend, instead of seeing my face on his screen, he's going to see my screen. So if I open up, so for example, if I open up this is just my, like my file directory, he'll see that pop up. So it's very useful if you're working together on a project. So I'll turn that off. So you click on that again, and you say stop sharing. So whatever is on your screen, they will see. And then finally, you have these 3 dots on the very side. And this just has more settings. You can record your call if you'd like. But I would say ask permission before you do that. And then the last thing is this button here. This just shows you that you can add more people to the call. Kind of like the way that you could add more people to your group chat, you can also add more people to the call. And so you can have a whole bunch of people in one call. Okay, so I'm going to hang up. And actually, Mark, I'm going to hang up. Could you give me a call? Just to show what that looks like. So he's going to give me a call, and then you can see what that looks like to accept a call. I'm going to hang up. Okay, so now he's giving me a call, and here you have the option either to reject it, to answer with voice only, or with video. Okay. So that's basically it for this type of calling, and I'm going to show you one more type of calling. So I'll see you in a second. So the other way that you can initiate or participate in a call is with this button, Meet Now. And if I click this button, it will create like an online meeting. And this is useful for if you want to have a video call with somebody that you don't necessarily need to add them as a contact or have had previous communication with them. And so all you have to do is send them this link. So there's this link here. You click here to copy it. And you can literally just send this link in an email, in a text message. You could in like any sort of message, and the person can use this link to join your meeting. So I'm going to, let's see if I can, I'll click X out of here. So we're going to do it a little bit artificially. I'm going to send it to my friend. I'm going to send the link to him through a Skype message. So normally you would probably send it to somebody that you don't have on Skype, but I'm going to send it through there. And if he clicks the link, then he should be able to join our meeting. Okay, so now by clicking this link, he's entered into this Meet Now, and it shows up here on your chats. And then from here, you can click Start Call. And it brings you back to this window, and then you can click Start Call. So right now, he needs to accept the call. We'll just wait for him. But this way you can send out that link to a whole, like let's say you need to have a big meeting at work. There he is again.
Hello.
You can send out that link to a whole list of people, through an email. And you can bring everybody into your meeting on Skype. Okay. And actually, Mark, can I get you to start? I'm going to hang up. And I'm going to get you to start the call as well. But before I do that, this call screen looks slightly different, but has pretty much all the same features. You can, again, open up that same chat. You can share your screen. It has all the emojis that you might want to use. And it actually has a recording button over here. And then this button just, again, is if you, in the middle of your call, if you want to share that link again to invite even more people. It's just an easy way to invite people to a call that you don't have as a contact on Skype. So we're going to hang up, and Mark, you're going to start the call from within the Meet Now chat. Okay?
Okay.
So you'll see what it looks like on my end. Well, first he has to get out of the meeting. So I left, and then he left after me. And you can see that the button here said Join Now, and it transitioned back into Start Call. So when he was still in it, so once somebody is in it, you have the option to join it. So I'm going to click Join, and then it's confirming that I want to join. And we're back in. All right. Well, thank you very much for helping me out. We're all done, so I'm just going to hang up. I'll see you later.
No problem.
Okay, so that's basically it. That's pretty much all of the important features you'd like to know about Skype. I think there's one more handy thing that I sort of forgot to tell you about, but it's just this button up here, Find. And that's if you have some sort of long conversation with somebody, but you know that in that conversation, in that chat, you talked about something important and you want to find it. You can search for keywords in that chat. So, for example, in my chat with Amy, my colleague Amy, I know that we were discussing making posters last week. So I can search posters and it'll bring me to that part of the chat. So you see, it scrolled all the way back up, and it brought me to that part of the chat where we were talking about posters. And that is it. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover in Skype. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was useful. Have a good day.